Well, that's what the Spurs supporters were expecting from him, because he's he has a magnificent record at being a winner. He was a winner with Chelsea. He was a winner. We went back to Italy. He has a reputation as being a winner and a fantastic manager and a trophy getter. But he spent most of his time at Spurs moaning about the lack of quality, the lack of players. Like, remember last year when they were beat, I think it was a Burnley in the cup match, he almost looked like he was going to pack it in after the match.
Yeah.
They were in the Conference League last year. They lost some matches, nonce, and they were very poor in the group. And he looked on the edge then of throwing his hat at it. But then they spent a fortune in the summer, and he still always looks like he never looks like he's happy in the gig.
Yeah, so why do you think it hasn't worked out, that he hasn't brought like that sort of title-winning quality that he had at Juventus, at Chelsea, and Inter to Tottenham? Is it something intrinsic in Tottenham that he talks about all the time, that this club doesn't think like the Juventuses or the Inter Milans of this world, the Chelseas of this world, that there's a kind of a mentality within the club that he wasn't able to change? Is that a part of it, or not?
It may well be part of it, but he has always been a very demanding manager in whatever club. He's left clubs fairly quickly after success, where he became over demanding and critical of the players that were there, as if he had no responsibility for it. It was always someone else's responsibility. And when he went into Spurs, people wondered how he would get on with Daniel Levy and the setup at Spurs, where Levy seemed to control things. He was a hard bargainer, wouldn't throw money around too readily. How would he get on with him? They seem to have found a way to work together, but he never comes across that he's happy with the setup or with the ownership or with the investment. It always seems to be about, we need more and more investment for me to make this successful. The mentality of the players isn't good enough. It's always about mentality. But he doesn't seem to be able to get the maximum from the players he has there. Why he was able to do it in Italy, maybe he was more comfortable than that. Why was he able to do it at
Cultural
Chelsea?
thing, like.
Because the players were better at Chelsea and there was more money available under Abramovich.
So would you like to see Poch back in then, Brian? I know you've got sympathies.
Well, I would. I thought, as Richard
or should
said,
you never go back?
I thought Spurs acted rashly. I mean, not long before they were in the Champions League, they were in the Champions League final. They started that season very badly and they got rid of Poch fairly quickly. I think he built something at Spurs very steadily over his time there. Spurs supporters enjoyed how the team played. He managed to work in young players into the team with the players that were signed. A lot of the money was flittered, the Gareth Bale money, but he recovered things and he built it steadily to the stage. They weren't too far away to win the League one season. But I don't think Spurs people will be too upset, but let's see what happens with Conte. Yeah, maybe he'll go on a run and win a few matches again, and all will be well.
Hope springs eternal, Brian.
Well, we'll see. But I don't think any Spurs supporter will be over optimistic based on how this season's been, or how the manager has handled the press conferences, or how he has spoken about the club. He doesn't look happy in the job.
Certainly doesn't, and the Spurs fans don't look too happy this evening, I'd say.